The return of the Anunnaki, the greatest leak of the Pentagon secrets, according to claims. Will this story get buried by NASA and the Pentagon? It's believed that the Anunnaki were the creators of man, according to Sumerian legend. And these powerful gods, quote unquote, from the skies, left Earth in the distant past, saying that someday they would return. Interestingly, if you look at ancient cultures around the world, most of the creator gods left Earth and promised to return someday. According to certain researchers and authors, the Anunnaki must return to Earth to fix what they had done wrong in order to accelerate the spiritual awakening and evolution of the human consciousness. The Anunnaki could return to Earth, according to the recent interview with Stan Deyo, who said that NASA and the Pentagon believe that the Anunnaki will return with the arrival of the planet Nibiru. But wait a minute, Nibiru, the Anunnaki, and all these things really exist? Is that the question? In Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki were a group of good and bad gods and goddesses who came to Earth and eventually created the human race. The existence of the ancient extraterrestrial civilization, the Anunnaki, who came to Earth in the distant past, has long been disputed by researchers. However, their existence and their arrival on planet Earth is well documented in many ancient texts that the history has completely ignored, according to numerous authors from around the world. Interestingly, there are certain African cultures that believe that extraterrestrial beings have been visiting Earth for tens of thousands of years. For example, the Zulu legend speaks of a time when star visitors, quote unquote, came to dig gold and other natural sources. These mines were worked by slaves created by the first people, according to the Zulu legends. And according to some sources and interpretations, these gods came from Nibiru. The Assyrians and the Babylonians called the planet Marduk. The Sumerians said that 1 year on the planet Nibiru, a Sar, is equivalent to 3,600 years on our Earth. Now, according to the Washington Post, a celestial body, possibly as large as a giant planet Jupiter, is possibly so close to Earth, and that could be part of this solar system, has been found in the direction of the Orion constellation by a telescope in orbit aboard a U.S. infrared astronomical satellite. All I can tell you is that we do not know what it is, said Jerry Neugebauer, senior IRAS scientist. Harrington wrote a very interesting article in the Astronomical Journal in 1988. Harrington suggested that there was a planet 3 or 4 times the size of our Earth, and that it was in a position 3 or 4 times farther from the Sun than Pluto. According to the mathematical model presented, it's believed that Planet X, or Nibiru, has an extremely elliptical orbit of 30 degrees. In 2008, Japanese researchers announced that according to their calculations, there should be an undiscovered planet at a distance of approximately 100 AU, as astronomical units. 1 astronomical unit is the distance from the Sun to our Earth, which is about 93 million miles. That is up to 2/3 the size of planet Earth, the Japanese researchers said. Many would say that the above suggests that the planet like Nibiru can exist. It's believed that the average life expectancy of the Anunnaki was 120 stars, which is 120 times 3,600, or 432,000 years, according to ancient texts. The list of the Sumerian kings is perhaps one of the most important ancient texts that perfectly describes a moment in history in which literally the gods, quote unquote, from the skies ruled for thousands of years. After the rain descended from heaven, the rain was at Eridu. In Eridu, Alulim became king. He ruled for 28,800 years. Al-Jar ruled for 36,000 years. 2 kings, they ruled for 64,800 years, according to the Sumerian king list. One of the most interesting details about the list of the Sumerian kings is the fact that the oldest list described 8 kings who ruled the earth for a total of 241,200 years, since the original royalty had descended from heaven, until the moment of the Great Flood, that swept the earth, and once again, the rain was taken down from heaven after the flood. This is on Collective Spark. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.